Brave Izzy wound up in death's jaws. A massive goblin was the cause. So then came Dave from Liverpool to prove that he was not a fool. The proof was sadly lacking though, and Dave had little far to go. Although he told a merry jest, he never could have come off best when this team caused an elf chagrin and lacked the charm to save Dave's skin. So now who else has journeyed miles to face my dungeon's tests and trials? Enter, stranger. Who challenges my dungeon?
Chelsee Hodgson Edwards.
Call your advisors to us, Chelsee.
Taylor, Dwayne, Richard.
Welcome. Who guides this dungeoneer?
Taylor Matthews.
Dwayne Kennedy.
Richard Woodley.
And where do you all come from, Chelsee?
Canvey Island, Essex.
Very well, your challenge is accepted. Here is the helmet of justice, which blinds you to the way ahead. Here the knapsack for food to feed your life force. 2 objects may you carry at any one time, and remember, the only way is onwards. There is no turning back. Are you ready, Chelsee?
I think so.
Well, you're going to have to be. Face the dungeon door and step boldly forward.
Where am I?
You're in a room and there's this big thing flicking its tail every few seconds.
It's a scorpion.
Yeah, and to the far right of the room, some of the tiles on the floor are missing.
Dire warning, team. This story has a sting in its tail, and it's a deadly one.
I would get out of there quickly, team. That sting looks rather sharp to me.
Okay then. Walk forward slowly until I say stop. Keep going.
Stop!
No, she can go a bit closer first. One more small step, Chelsee.
How's that?
That's great. When we say go, run forwards, okay?
Run!
Oh,
Chelsee!
I was waiting for go.
Okay, go now.
Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, life force damage.
Keep going.
Where am I?
You're in a room. It's quite big and there's a window on one of the walls and a door on the other. There's a big table in the middle of the room with some fiends on it.
Team Chelsea's energy levels are critical after that encounter with the scorpion. Get her to the food, quickly!
Yes, I'm starving.
Go up to the table then, Chelsee.
All right.
I would take her round to the back so we can get a proper look.
I hope you mean the objects.
Go round the table then.
Okay.
What's on the table?
Wait a sec, take the food first.
It's a baguette.
Lovely. Now put it in your knapsack.
All right. What now?
Hold your hand, intruder. No one steals from Phelheim with impunity. Face me now and prove your worth.
You better do as he says, Chelsee.
What?
Turn around. No, not that far. Back left a bit slightly. That's it.
I have 3 riddles, and here is my first. From northern lands they came by sea. They fought and plundered endlessly. Some found new lands, like one called Leaf, and Odin was their god's high chief. Who were they?
I quite literally have no idea.
A land called Leaf, and what was the name of the god again?
I can't remember.
Me neither.
Ask for the riddle again then, Chelsee.
Could you say that again, please?
I will repeat once only. From northern lands they came by sea. They fought and plundered endlessly. Some found new lands, like one called Leaf, and Odin was their god's high chief. Who were they?
Odin?
I know nothing about mythology.
I've got no idea either.
The name Odin rings a bell.
Speak for yourself. My bells ain't ringing.
Come on, guys.
We're thinking.
Name it now, flesh dweller.
Just I don't know, the Celts?
The Celts.
Falsehood. Vikings was the truth I sought. And by the way, the explorer was called Leaf, not the land. What do they teach you young people nowadays? Here is my second. What are Phobos, Ganymede, Titan, Io, and Europa?
They're Greek gods, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Go for it, Chelsee.
Greek gods.
Falsehood. They are all moons of the solar system.
But Master, surely all those names are taken from Greek mythology.
True enough, Pickle, but not all of them are gods. Here is my third. Most animals have them. From spines they protrude. They might help with balance, or show you a mood. They're famous for curling when found on a pig. You call yours your coccyx. It's not very big. What is it?
It's got to be a tail, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Go on then, Chelsea.
You what?
Say tail.
Tail.
Truth accepted. One alone is the score. Your quest is for the cup, yet you may not drink. All other knowledge is denied you. Well, team, now's the time to make your choice.
What's on the table then, Chelsea?
There's like a gold box thing.
Isn't that a bar of gold, Master?
Indeed it is, Pickle.
Also a red gem.
Isn't that a firestone, Master?
It looks very much like one, certainly. But it's sometimes hard to distinguish them from other red gems. Still, whatever it is, I'm sure it's very valuable.
There's also a manky old boot.
That's not so valuable then.
The boot seems useless to me.
Yeah, but do you really want to take two valuable things?
Do you think I'm going to get mugged or something?
I think take the gold and the gem.
I agree.
Fine then.
Take those then, Chelsea.
Got them. Now get me out.
Side step left, Chelsea. Sorry, right. Keep going. Now stop. Walk forwards. Stop. Now, side step. Right.
Where am I?
You're in a room and there's a pit to your right with a dragon's head sticking out of it.
A dragon?
Don't worry, there's also a jester in the room standing in front of you.
Hello, Helmet Head. Nice of you to drop in. What's your name then?
Chelsea.
Hello, Chelsea. I guess I better introduce myself. Comedy at your service, jester in my game. I'm a laugh a minute and Motley is my name. Whoa! God blimey, I haven't used that one for years.
Oh, do stop the endless prattling. It does get awfully tiresome, you know.
Alright, just trying to do my job as a professional entertainer.
Professional fool is more like it.
I'm glad you think so. Anyway, Chelsea, old Smirkenorff here was just going to show me a bit of dragon magic, but he says he can't because he's out of firestones. Personally, I think that's just an excuse.
How many times do I have to explain? Firestones are a source of a dragon's power, and without them, performing magic becomes extremely difficult.
Yeah, alright. Well then, Chelsea, unless you've got a firestone, I'm afraid...
But I have.
You have?
Yeah, I've got one right here.
Well, would you believe it? Look here, Smirky.
Splendid. Now I've got no excuse.
Great. Thanks, Chelsea.
Give to the dragon.
How?
Just give it to the jester.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks, Chelsea. Cool, we're gonna have some fun.
Yes, I'm sure. Anyway, firestones are valuable to me, so I must thank you, Chelsea. You can be assured that I will not use much power for this little demonstration. In return for the firestone, I gift you some dragon magic for your own, and it is called Illuminate.
Have you got that?
Yes, Chelsea?
Should we get going?
Yes. Say bye.
Bye.
See you around, Chelsea. Good luck.
Farewell. Now, Motley, if you insist on seeing this, you better stand back.
Walk forwards, Chelsea. Stop. Sidestep right. And again. And walk forwards.
Where am I?
You're in a room with 4 doors. You've just come through one, and there are 2 in the back wall, and there's...
Oh my god, what is that growling?
Well, it's a massive bony monster thing. There's a door opposite you, so...
Get me out then!
What is it? This creature is unfamiliar to me, Master.
I must say, I thought I'd seen the last of this particular threat. This is a catacomb bite. Its origins are far too grisly for me to go into, but needless to say, it represents a significant threat to Chelsea's life force.
Let's just get her out.
The haunting. Get her out of there quickly, boys.
Chelsea,
Yeah?
run! Take a side step to the right, and forwards.
Where am I?
You're in a room with a pit in front of you. There's a woman sitting on a rock at the other end of the pit.
There's a pineapple by my feet.
Put it in the bag then.
Alright.
Oh, the woman spotted you.
You out! Out at once! This is my domain, and I do not appreciate visitors, particularly when they arrive uninvited and unannounced. Well, explain yourself at once.
What do I say?
Just tell her who you are, Chelsea.
And that your question for the cup.
I'm Chelsea and I'm on the quest for the cup.
Treguard, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. I do not appreciate your adventurers questing right onto my doorstep. No master, but a mistress rules here, and you would do well to remember it.
Yes, madam. Of course, madam. Well, team, it seems that Lillith has lost her headache, but her mood appears to be as foul as ever. Deal with her carefully.
Okay, be polite to her, Chelsea.
This is getting tiresome. I cannot permit you to stay in my domain any longer. Unless you happen to possess some small trinket that might persuade me to let you pass.
Show her the gold.
I have a bar of gold.
A gold bar. That will do. Luckily for you. You must bring it to me, but first I shall summon the causeway. Rock to rock and stone to stone, span the pit and cross the zone. There we are. Now, bring it to me, girl.
Walk forward, Chelsea. That's it.
Ah, thank you.
Right, let's go.
Now be off with you through the serpent's mouth. Farewell.
Turn right slightly. That's it. Now walk forward.
Where am I?
You're in a long blue corridor, and there are 4 doors, 2 on each wall.
Warning, team. Lillith was not to be trusted. She has sent you straight into the great corridor of the catacombs.
But it was the only way out, Master.
Hush now, Pickle. Team, this is a dangerous place to linger. And what's more, I think I can see something lurking at the far end of the corridor. Hurry now.
Walk forward then. 2 steps. 1 more then.
It appears that Chelsea's scent has been picked up. If you don't want her to become goblin fodder, boys, I suggest you get her out of there now.
Where shall I go?
Do we take a left or right?
I don't know. Right, I guess.
Get me out of here!
Okay, take 1 more step forward.
Oh my god, these 2 goblins have just appeared.
Turn 90 degrees to your right. No, back a bit.
Do hurry, team.
No, slightly right again. Now peg it!
Where am I?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
We don't know. The screen's all black.
Oh, great.
This is most unfair, Master. I know Chelsea must be blinded to the path she takes, but how can she hope to stand any chance of survival if her 3 friends can't see either?
Don't panic them, Pickle. Team, this darkness is caused by something that doesn't like intruders. And those goblins must be hot on Chelsea's trail.
Well, really, if that's not going to panic them.
Oh, do be quiet, Pickle.
Shall we cast that spell?
I think we'll have to. Go on then, Richard.
Oh yeah, okay. Spellcasting. ILUMINATE. Spellcasting. ILUMINATE. Why isn't it working?
Think, team. Why isn't it working?
I don't know.
We shouldn't have trusted that dragon.
Just try again, Richard.
Master, I can't bear it.
Spellcasting. ILUM.
Ooh, nasty. What a horrible way to go. But at least you didn't have to watch what happened to poor Chelsea. Spells can be incredibly useful, boys, but only if you know how to, well, spell them. You had the means to reach level 2, but you didn't have the method. So now you must join Chelsea beyond the dungeon walls. Spellcasting. DISMISS. Farewell then, Chelsea, Taylor, Dwayne, and Richard. Back to Canvey Island with you now. It may not be a short path, but at least it's goblin-free. Well, I think it's time we stopped worrying about them and started worrying about the dungeon's next victim. So, enter Stranger. Who challenges my dungeon? Michael Mason. Call your advisors to us, Michael. Shannon, Alec, Abby. Welcome. Who guides this dungeoneer?
Shannon Adams.
Alec Shaw.
Abby Reed.
And where do you all come from, Michael? Bideford in Devon. Very well, your challenge is accepted. Here is the helmet of justice, which blinds you to the way ahead. Here the knapsack for food to feed your life force. 2 objects may you carry at any one time, and remember, the only way is onwards. There is no turning back. Now, are you ready? Yes. Then face the dungeon door, and step boldly forward. Where am I?
Okay, you're on a giant chessboard, Mikey. There's a door to your left, 1 square diagonally away from you. And there's also a door straight in front of you, about 7 squares away. There aren't any chess pieces on the board, but I think there's a scroll by your feet.
There is. I can see it.
Pick it up and read it, Mikey.
Okay. All ways here are Queen's ways, but you must take the King's way.
Oh dear, Master. I never did like chess very much. Far too many choices to consider if you ask me.
Yes, Pickle, but at least in this version of the game, there's only one choice to consider. Make sure your friend follows the right path, team, or you might find that your quest has ended in a 4-move checkmate.
Okay, so we need to choose a door.
Well, the square obviously means that the queen will be able to take either door, but the king would only be able to take one of them, and it says we want to be a king.
Yeah, I'd rather not be a queen anyway.
Okay, if you say so, Mikey.
Right, so he needs to go left, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's the queen's move.
So is the other one. But only the left-hand door is a king's move as well.
Yeah, sorry, that was stupid of me.
It's always a good idea to make sure of these things, Shannon.
But you must get Michael moving now, team.
Sidestep diagonally left, Mikey. Good. And now sidestep left normally.
Where am I?
You're in a greyish stone room with the door on the right, but there's a table in the middle of the room with some things on it.
Walk forwards until you can see the table, Mikey.
Okay. There's only 3 things on there. A key, a gauntlet, and a bar of gold.
No food?
No. The dungeon works in mysterious ways, team, but we can at least be certain that this is a level 1 clue room, and all these things must be earned.
What have we here? A warm body, small and fragile. Its heartbeat quickens at the sight of Kimberlite. It is scared. How I long to tear the flesh from its bones and feed on its entrails, and leave the parts I don't like lying all over the floor. But first, the trial. Which Queen of Britain was the last of the Stuarts? No monarch before or since has shared her name.
Great, more queen stuff.
There aren't that many queens to choose from, are there? Ones that have been monarchs, I mean.
Yeah, and we're looking for one without a number after her name. There were 2 Elizabeths, 2 Marys. It couldn't be Victoria, could it?
No, she's too late to be a Stuart.
How does that Stuart rhyme go? Charlie, Charlie, James again?
Say Anne, Mikey.
Queen Anne.
Truth accepted. I know a word of letters 3. Add 2 and fewer there will be. What is it?
That sounds like some kind of trick question. Like, the more you take away from a hole, the bigger it gets.
Does that really qualify as a trick question?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
I think Shannon's got the right idea anyway. Let's think about this one at the most basic level we can.
Yeah. Oh, maybe the answer's few.
Why'd it be that, Abs?
Well, if we add 2 to few.
Few 2. Sounds like a Pokemon.
Answer!
Alec, I think Abby means that if we add 2 letters to few, rather than the number 2, it makes fewer. So the answer is few.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I'm terrible at that sort of thing.
Few.
Truth accepted. Which is the second most abundant gas in the atmosphere of the planet Earth?
Right, so we want gases that make up air.
Well, obviously there's oxygen and carbon dioxide. But it can't be either of those, can it?
Oxygen must be the most abundant. So maybe carbon dioxide is the second.
No, hang on a second, Mikey. I don't think oxygen is the most abundant. I'm sure it's something else.
But we breathe in oxygen, so there must be lots of it.
Yeah, well, there's enough. But there's more nitrogen than oxygen. So I think we should say that oxygen is the second most abundant, with nitrogen being the most.
Answer now, puny one.
What shall I say?
We'd better trust Alec on this one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm going to look a right numpty if this is wrong.
Don't worry, Alec. I have faith in you. Oxygen.
Truth accepted. 3 is the score. Your quest is for the shield, but it will not defend you. All that glitters is not always good company. I am tired now.
Hurry, team, don't let her go back to sleep before she's given you your bonus.
Say, I command you, Mikey.
I command you.
I hear you. Fireworks must only be handled with kid gloves. Now I sleep.
Well, team, now's the time to make your choice.
That kid gloves thing must mean we need the gauntlet.
Yes, and we don't need the gold, because that's the thing that glitters.
We didn't really need the bonus clue then, did we?
Don't jump to conclusions, Abby. You might be grateful for that clue later on.
All right, Pickle. Let's try to maintain some sense of mystery about the whole thing, shall we? So, team, have you made your choice?
Are you holding the gauntlet and the key, Mikey?
Yes. Well then, onwards.
Turn 90 degrees right, Mikey.
Yes, just walk forwards from there.
Where am I?
Okay, you're in a rocky area with a waterfall running down a cliff in front of you. There's like cave exits on your left and right, and there's a flashing sword going up and down a few feet away from you. I think it's guarding something on the floor.
That's a dangerous haunting, team. I don't think Michael should get too close to it.
Yes. But on the other hand, your life force energy level is on the brink of becoming critical. I fear you must risk the immediate danger, team, or starvation will claim your dungeoneer sooner rather than later.
What's actually on the floor, Mikey?
Can you see it? It's just to your right.
I see it. It's a cauliflower.
Right, we're gonna have to pick it up then. When I tell you to, Mikey, bend down and grab it, then run back out the way very quickly.
Okay.
Let's hope your timing's good.
When it goes up again.
Now, Mikey.
Well done, stick it in your knapsack.
Yep, I'm doing that.
What should we do now? Should we just go?
I can't see any reason to hang around, Abby. In fact, there's at least one very good reason not to.
Okay, side step to your right, Mikey. Keep going. Turn slightly to your left. Good, and keep sidestepping right.
Where am I?
You're in a long room with a huge bomb on your right, and there's a door about 10 metres away from you.
The bombs just started burning.
Run, Mikey, run!
But Master, you'll never make it in time.
I fear not, Pickle. Team, you must take action now if you don't want Mikey to become an integral part of the impending fireworks display.
Fireworks. Put the glove on, Mikey.
Okay, Alec, if you say so.
Ah! The fuse has, frozen, Mikey.
Good thing too, it's nearly all gone.
I would not have thought to do that without the kid gloves clue.
Okay, so it was useful after all.
But what happened, Master?
The gauntlet freezes the fuse, Pickle. Surely that much should be obvious, even to you.
Freezes the fuse? But that doesn't make sense.
Well, whoever said that everything in Knightmare had to make sense clearly had no idea what he was talking about.
I understand that, Master, to a certain extent, but...
What does it matter why the gauntlet freezes the fuse? The fact is that it does, and it has, and so the quest can continue. Onwards now, or maybe not, for temporal disruption is upon us once more. We'll just have to wait to learn where Mikey's going to take us.